Good evening, everyone. This is Norfolk CPA. Before we even get started, I want to ask everybody to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Thank you for being on this presentation with me today. We're talking about navigating the tax matrix, the IRS new 3700 agents, a comprehensive guide for business owners and tax professionals, presented by yours truly, Norfolk CPA. And with this presentation, the purpose of it is to gain insights to the IRS new hiring initiative, understand its implication for business owners and for tax professionals and aspiring tax professionals. We'll look at the overview of the IRS announcement of their 3,700 new employees that they're looking to hire. We'll talk about the impact on business owners, which definitely will include potential increase in audits and tax return scrutiny, and what businesses can expect and how they can prepare for these things. What are the ways to prevent the negative outcomes? The best practices for record keeping and compliance, strategies to minimize the risk of negative outcomes of these increased audits, and the opportunities for tax professionals. It's going to be a rising demand, in my opinion, for tax professionals that can provide expertise and help all of the business owners, as well as opportunities for tax professionals that actually want to work with the IRS too. So we're going to jump into a lot of this in this presentation. Moving on. The agents are coming for you. Yes, the IRS is hiring over 3,700 new employees nationwide. They got over 250 locations that they want to employ these new agents. They're going to target high income earners, partnerships, large corporations, folks with complex returns, and they're looking for higher graded revenue agents. They're going to be hiring revenue agents. They're also going to hire some folks in their call centers to help with customer service as well. I anticipate they're increasing the hiring of their revenue officers. The revenue agents are the ones who actually do the examinations, but like I said, the agents are coming. And their article that they posted, in the article, I got all this information about them hiring the 3,700 new agents. I got this from an article or an announcement that they posted on their website. And later in the presentation, I'll show you the exact link where you can go to get that. But also in their announcement, they talked about the different career opportunities. Ideal positions are folks that have financial service backgrounds, including tax accountants, forensic accountants, and auditors, examiners. When they speak about their revenue agents, look at this: mid-career specialized positions, GS13 level, where you can make approximately $125,000 annual salary. That's for most folks in America, that's a good living. I actually was telling my niece about this, my 17-year-old niece, that this might be something that she want to check out. And look at this: qualification criteria, relevant education experience in financial services, a minimum 30 semester hours in accounting is required. So folks, even students, aspiring students, you could literally go to community college, get your accounting certificate or associates in accounting, follow that up by getting your enrolled agent, and you can position yourself to work for the IRS. Positions ideal for the profession, like I said, financial services, tax accountants, forensic accountants, auditors. The IRS wants you. They want you to be a part of their 3,700 new team members, new agents that are going to come for you, the business owners. Let that sink in. What this means for you, the business owners, as we talked about before, increased audits, higher likelihood of being audited due to the expanded IRS workforce, focusing on businesses with complex structures and high income transactions, exposure to disallowing deductions. So when we go through these, when the IRS goes through these audits, these examinations, they're going to look for things, deductions that they can disallow. And if they disallow a deduction, what does that mean? That means they disallow a deduction. You put something on your tax return, you claimed it as a business expense. They're saying, hey, this isn't a valid business expense. It can be for whatever reasons. Maybe you don't have the documentation to substantiate what it was. Maybe you just made some numbers up out of thin air. Whatever the reason, if they can, on their end, they can prove that, hey, you don't have anything to substantiate this, we're going to disallow this deduction, which means you have a higher taxable income. And then because we disallowed the deduction, you know what that also means? You can potentially face a penalty for non-compliance or errors, and there's going to be interest tacked on, one, because you had a higher income, and we're going to tack a little bit of interest on the penalties. Business owners, you have got to brace yourself for this. The IRS is coming. Do I need to go back to the other slide? Let's go back. The agents are coming for you, business owners. So how can we protect ourselves as business owners? What are the strategies for audit proofing your business? Well, let's go through these. Improve record keeping. Look, folks, no more haphazardous record keeping systems. I know that we like the Nike shoebox that we dump all our receipts in. I know we like the Ziploc bag. We got the receipts that are half faded, or the, you know what, I ain't really keep any receipts. I'm just going to make up some numbers, make up some nice round numbers, tell my accountant to file it. Look, folks, we can't do that anymore. We have got to improve our record keeping. Implement sound foundational record keeping systems, business structure and accounts. In my upcoming book, 10 Rules for Entering the Business Startup Game, Rule 7 is keep your personal and business completely separated. And that's going to be applicable to this. One of the foundational things is when you have a business, you want to keep a separate business bank account, and you got your personal account. Entrepreneurs, don't do personal transactions in your business bank account, and vice versa. So we do business transactions in our business bank account, personal transactions in our personal account. Why do we want to do that? One, it facilitates record keeping. Two, in the event of an audit, and we already know the IRS is coming because they said we are hiring 3,700 new folks to come look at you, new agents to come look at you. So in the event of an audit and they see that you're co-mingling, they might just start saying, you know what, you're a hobby, we're going to disallow everything. Do you want that? I don't think you do, because if you do, that means they're going to disallow deductions. You're going to have a higher income. You're going to pay more tax on that higher income. You're going to be assessed potentially with a penalty. And we're going to tack on interest on top of it. Foundational principles. Separate business checking. Got your separate personal bank account. Utilize bookkeeping and accounting platforms. I wish I had money for every time I tell business owners and entrepreneurs, hey, you need to get an accounting platform like QuickBooks. QuickBooks, can you please sponsor my channel? Give me an endorsement deal, QuickBooks. Anyways, we're gonna talk to Intuit about that. But to be serious, folks, we got to get our accounting systems in place. Get something like a QuickBooks. Document management. Keep thorough documentation, including source documents such as receipts. Receipts are going to be the best evidentiary source document that we get. And now with technology, heck, if you're using QuickBooks, you can take the QuickBooks app, you can scan your receipt, It'll stay in your QuickBooks and you can always retrieve it and download it as a PDF. Listen, you don't have to keep the physical receipts as long as you keep paying your QuickBooks subscription, but we got to keep those receipts or whatever other way that you're going to keep your receipts. You can scan them in. Maybe you got a more complicated process, but the thing that I'm expressing to you is we want to have good bookkeeping, good accounting systems in place. We want to be able to have great document management practices where we're keeping our source documentations. We're having logs for when we do our business mileage, when we doing our business travel. We're documenting who we went to see, what was the business purpose of it. We're writing down all of this. We're keeping journals of our records and whatever we're doing from a business standpoint. And then another strategy that will help for audit proofing your business is assembling the right team. Hire qualified professionals that can help you. And that includes accountants, bookkeepers, enrolled agents, CPAs, amongst some of the professionals. And we're going to go into a little bit more of who those professionals are. Your right team will be equipped to handle complex tax matters. If you're a truck driver, be great being a truck driver. For all my folks in the hip hop industry, keep making awesome records. But you know who you need on your team? You need a CPA like me, Norfolk CPA. Get the right team in place, business owners. Because the IRS, let me go back to the slide, the agents are coming for you. So, strategies for audit proofing your business. We talked about those. Now, because of, in addition to the IRS hiring a 3,700 agents, it is creating opportunities in the tax profession. So for folks who are already in the tax profession, or you're looking at this video and you're like, whoa, I see opportunity for myself. Now is the perfect time to get in. Enrolled agents, we'll talk about what those are. You can become an enrolled agent. There's opportunities for all the EAs out there, opportunities for certified public accountants, CPAs. There's opportunities for certified tax resolution specialists. These are the IRS tax problem solvers. There's going to be opportunities for tax attorneys. There's going to be opportunities for bookkeepers. So with the IRS doing all of these hiring moves, getting the agents, opportunities will present themselves. So if you're a student going into college and you're thinking about, hey, what's a career maybe that I can go in? You know what? Go to school, get your EA. Just start it off and you can get in the game. So now, speaking of the EA, we're right on this slide. So what exactly is an enrolled agent? What is an EA? Enrolled agent, EA. Well, an enrolled agent is a tax practitioner, and the IRS recognizes 3 practitioners who can practice before them with unlimited rights. That includes CPAs, attorneys, and enrolled agents. How do you actually become an enrolled agent? Excuse me. There's 2 ways that you can become an enrolled agent. The one way that you can become an enrolled agent, which is what most enrolled agents do, is you pass a 3-part exam that deals with taxation of individuals, taxation of business owners, and taxation related to IRS procedures, Circular 230, things like that. Pass 3 different examinations, make sure that all your tax returns are in, that you're tax compliant, and then you can become an enrolled agent. So with that, you can represent taxpayers. You have a federal authorization. You essentially start to become the expert in tax issues. And from an opportunity standpoint, you can be in private practice or you can go work for the IRS. In private practice, EAs advise and represent clients on tax matters. At the IRS, they could work in roles involving taxpayer representation, audit, or policy development. So, and the great thing about the EA is there's no, unlike some of the other designations, there is no specific educational requirement. Be 18, pass the 3 exams, make sure your tax returns are in, and you can become an enrolled agent. Now, CPAs. If you're an accounting student, accounting major, I would say you need to be prepping for the CPA while you're still in school. If you're an accountant that isn't a CPA, and you're looking at this like, wow, I want an opportunity, I implore you, go get your CPA. So how do we actually become a CPA? Or what is a CPA? A CPA, some would argue, is sort of like the upper echelon of all the accountants out there. They got strong brand recognition, and people really respect the CPAs because it takes a lot to actually get the CPA. You got to have a bachelor's degree. You got to have what they call 150 credit hours. So that's essentially 30 more hours or another year worth of school on top of the regular 4 years that you go. You got to pass 4 different examinations that deals in audit, taxation, business law, managerial accounting, amongst things, financial accounting, nonprofit accounting, governmental accounting. You got to know a lot. And a lot of folks that try to be a CPA, some of them just fall short. So the ones that become the CPA, that says a lot. But you got CPAs that are focused in tax, such as myself. I'm focused in tax. I'm a tax problem solver. So the roles for CPAs that are focused in tax specializes in accounting, tax preparation, financial planning, private practice versus the IRS role. CPAs in private practice can handle accounting, tax. They can represent taxpayers before the IRS. And then if you have your CPA, yes, you can go work for the IRS. You can work in their audit. You can, perhaps do forensic accounting or compliance. So, hey, CPAs, aspiring CPAs, with the 3,700 new agents that's coming, there's opportunities for you on both sides of the equation. You want to be in private practice, helping the business owners that are going to potentially be faced with more scrutiny, or you can work for the IRS and be the one scrutinizing. Either way, it's an opportunity for you. So moving on. The next type of professional is a tax resolution specialist, or CTRS. And what is a CTRS? Well, this is a designation that is awarded by the American Society of Tax Problem Solvers. And how do you actually become this tax problem solver called the CTRS, Certified Tax Resolution Specialist? One, the prerequisite is you already have to be an enrolled agent, CPA, or an attorney. And then what you have to do, you have to go through certain types of tax problem solving education through the American Society of Tax Problem Solvers and pass an examination that deals in tax problem solving, simply put. But if you can do that, you can become a certified tax resolution specialist, which focuses on resolving tax disputes and compliance issues. Again, we can be in private practice, or we can work with the IRS. In private practice, CTRS, Certified Tax Resolution Specialist, They are professionals in private practice that help clients with tax disputes. So they can help you with offering compromises. They can help you with audit examinations. They can help you with getting installment agreements. They're going to get you out of IRS problems. For the record, in 2015, I actually got my certified tax resolution specialist. So anyways, and if you wanted to work for the IRS, you could do that too. At the IRS, they could focus on resolving complex compliance and enforcement cases. So again, opportunities on both sides. Moving on to our next professional that there will be opportunities for, tax attorneys. People are going to get in more trouble with the IRS. So attorneys, this is your way to get in the game. And maybe you went to law school, maybe you're a licensed practitioner and you don't do anything in tax. Well, this might be a good time to get your LLM or master's degree in taxation. Attorneys, this might be a good opportunity for you to get your enrolled agent designation. So you can get in the game too, get in the tax problem solving game, attorneys. I'm going to go to law school and, I'm already a tax problem solver. So I'll just be a very legal tax problem solver in the future. But anyways, roles, deals with lawyers, tax attorneys, tax lawyers, deals with complex legal tax matters and litigation. Private practice versus IRS role. Tax attorneys in private practice advise on tax laws and represent clients in disputes. At the IRS, they could work in the legal departments for the IRS, policy making, or litigation. So again, there's opportunities in the tax profession. So all my tax attorneys, well, matter of fact, all my attorneys who aren't already in tax and maybe your career isn't going where you want to, maybe you went to the wrong law school, nobody's checking for you like that. Go ahead and get your LLM. It's 8 classes. Get your LLM in taxation, or go get your EA designation and get in the game. The opportunity is there. I just told you the agents are coming. And they probably won't even stop at 3,700 either. Once they start getting all that money from all these audits and other exams, probably I'll hire someone. Moving on. Bookkeepers. There's a place for all of the bookkeepers. So, again, I'm gonna start with, I teach accounting at a HBCU called NSU. And NSU doesn't have anything to do with this presentation. They don't endorse anything that I do on this channel, so I ain't speaking on behalf of NSU. So anyways, I've taught at actually 4 different institutions, accounting, entrepreneurship. But anyways, the point that I'm trying to get to is I tell my students, my accounting majors, like, look, you're in this accounting class with me right now. Do you know, if you really lock in on this class, Accounting Principles 101, learn QuickBooks, you can position yourself to be a bookkeeper for all of the business owners out there that aren't good at bookkeeping. So this is an excellent opportunity for folks to get into the bookkeeping game. How do we become a bookkeeper that will stand out? What I recommend is that you get your QuickBooks Pro Advisor designation. And it's an exam that you have to pass that demonstrates your competency in navigating through QuickBooks. And QuickBooks is one of the platforms that a lot of entrepreneurs and small business owners utilize for their record keeping. It's what a lot of bookkeepers and CPAs, they know. So also consider getting your certified bookkeeper designation. In terms of the role, bookkeepers, they manage financial records and accounting, specializing in software platforms like QuickBooks software and Intuit, please send me an endorsement. Give me an endorsement deal. Like I'm joking, but I'm actually kind of serious too. Anyways, folks, maybe you don't want to become a CPA. You can definitely, you can take a college course in Accounting Principles 1, take your second course in Accounting Principles 2, learn QuickBooks. You can become a really good bookkeeper, earn a great living working for the business owners, adding value to the business owners. Private practice as QuickBooks Pro advisors in private practice, you focus on small business accounting and consulting. You'll get to actually work with the other enrolled agents and CPAs who are actually doing the tax preparation. So, look, we went through it. There's a lot of opportunities that are going to arise because of this initiative of the IRS hiring these new agents. Let me go back one more time. I just have to keep putting that slide up where it says, the agents are coming for you. Anyways, I hope everybody enjoyed this presentation, found it educational. You know what? Again, like the video, subscribe, and I want to know what your thoughts are. Are you an existing professional in the tax profession? Maybe looking at this video, you're giving it serious consideration. Put it in the comments. I'm going to be responding to folks who comment, and I like to see what everybody thinks. So anyways, I do have to put my reference and sources out here. So this is the actual announcement that I got the scoop on the IRS hiring 3,700 new employees from irs.gov/ et cetera, et cetera. So this is not me saying IRS is hiring 3,700 new employees. This is the IRS saying it. They are coming. And got to give a shout out to one of my favorite movies, Matrix. As you see, this presentation is very Matrix themed. So I just thought it was a great analogy, so I had to put it in there. That's that creativeness. For folks who don't know, I'm also a musician, been a musician like almost all my life, so I got that creative buzz in me. I'm an artiste. And so I try to make accounting artistic as well. So if you need to get in contact with me, here's my credentials out here. Norfolk CPA, you want to email me, norfolkcpa@gmail.com. I'm on IG at Norfolk CPA, YouTube at Norfolk CPA. Again, subscribe to the channel. If you want to connect with me on LinkedIn, actually got the QR code that you can pull your phone out right now. Go ahead and scan that. Connect with me on LinkedIn. That's where all the professionals are, and we network. That's one of the things that we have to do. Actually, in my upcoming book, 10 Rules for Entering the Business Startup Game. Rule number 9 is the power of networking. Learn how to network, business networking. And so I want to network with you too. So let's start it by connecting with me on IG, connect with me on LinkedIn, drop comments, and we can get the networking ball moving on. And before I go on or I close out this presentation, I do want to make everybody aware of what's going to be one of my upcoming YouTube talks is my 10 picks, the essential finance and accounting certifications for career advancement. So please be on the lookout for that YouTube video. All my executive line folks and all my supporters, my future supporters, clients, everybody who's supported me in whatever way or fashion. Thank you for the support. I appreciate it. Everybody who there any other CPAs, professionals out there, CPAs, attorneys, you got your blogs or your podcasts and you want to chop it up, let's chop it up. I'm definitely about collaboration, and I definitely want to talk to my other CPAs in the profession. If you are in the hip hop industry, you're an artist, producer, I definitely want to talk to you as well. If you're in the hip hop profession and you don't have a good CPA in your life, I would love to be that CPA for you. Anyways, my name is Norfolk CPA, and I thank you for joining in, and I approve this message. Thank you very much.